Welcome to your morning goss, a segment I have every morning where we cover all things Bravo loves, our favorite housewives, VPR stars, and some good pop culture tea. So grab your coffee. We're just girls. Let's have a chat. And don't forget to subscribe. With that said, let's get into it. All right, let's get into our housewives. What's going on with our girlies? I'm not gonna get into the whole Lisa Barlow over a 400K lawsuit. I've already covered that in a different video. You guys can go check that out. But is Monica Garcia, Miss Reality Von Tease, having the last laugh? She was doing an interview recently, and she seems to be in good spirits, so good for her. She was asked about the cast of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and she had that funny Cardi B line where she was like, "I wish them well in hell," and which I think is hilarious. And because Monica is, I feel like a younger housewife, she's very with it, like when it comes to pop culture. And so sometimes when she says certain things, it's like, oh, okay, she's pulling from, this or that, whatever. I frankly quite enjoyed Monica on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And what Monica did and what she was exposed for, oh my God, compared to some of the drama going on in some of the other franchise it is like so low level, like in terms of how bad it was. And, with the dramatic music, Salt Lake, put on the whole reality Vonti stuff. Anyways, Monica is like, you know what, Lisa Barlow, this is karma for, pinning it against me regarding the $60,000 ring when Lisa Barlow freaked out because she lost it in the bathroom. And then some of the ladies were pointing the finger at Monica, like, oh, she probably found it in the bathroom and then she took it or whatever. So Monica's like, well, yeah, this is karma for Lisa, Lisa's whole her friend, the lawsuit for over 400K that she needs to pay him back, I guess. So Monica's like, this is karma for you pinning the 60K ring going missing against me. And the 60K ring, I think what happened is Lisa Barlow was, I don't know, maybe flushing the toilet, and then I think the ring fell off her finger and it like just, it got swirled away. I think that's truly what happened. Or she was, I don't know, just getting herself back together and then it rolled away and someone else took it. It's a bathroom. It's a public bathroom. There's only so many things that can happen. Those are the two options. I really think it just got swirled away. But good for Monica. She's having the last laugh. She seems to be doing a lot of she's taking part in like a lot of parties, and I don't see her doing too many interviews is what I've noticed. She's not like, going from interview to interview. Maybe at like some of the pride parties she'll do an interview here and there, but they're like very quick. But good for Monica. She's in good spirits. I like to see that. I definitely want to see her back on our screens. These shows not scooping her up while the iron is still hot, I think it is a missed opportunity. All right, what is going on with our diamond holders in Beverly Hills? It seems like things are not going well between Dorit and Kyle. Also, Kyle mentions things are not going well between her and Sutton. Sutton, once she came into the mix, she is stepping on these girls' necks, and they are fighting for their lives, trying to withhold info. But Sutton's like, no, no, no. Fancy Sutton is like, no, 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 I got y'all. Sutton with her forensic accountants. I'm kidding. It seems like Kyle and Dorit, obviously things aren't well, but good for Dorit for like holding her own. I don't think Dorit should take back Kyle's friendship so easily. And I don't just mean like for the show, I just mean like their real lives in general, because what happened to that girl we first met, Dorit, when she had like the gold in her hair and she was yelling at Lisa Renna? Like, if you I don't know, it was something like if you like she could smell Lisa's breath or whatever, and she would like enunciate each letter at the end of the word, and like she really made a statement. What happened to that Dorit? Where is she? I really hope for the season that they're filming right now, I hope we get that Dorit back and she stands up to Kyle Sutton and whoever else is coming for Dorit. You know, we gotta see that girl again. So yeah, season 14. I'm looking forward to it. It should be interesting. Guys, this is not a drill. We are going to have Nene Leakes back on our screens. Not on Bravo, but on Lifetime, which that's a great network to be on. It's no TLC, so, that's good. So the show is called Outrageous Love. It's going to premiere pretty soon, actually, July 1st at 10 p.m. What day is that? I don't know what day of the week that is. Hold on, let me take a look. Okay, so July 1st is a Monday, and for some of you, it might be a long weekend. I feel like shows that are at 10 p.m., that is like way too late, like it should be at like 8 or 9. That's like, prime spot. But whatever. The show is called Outrageous Love. It'll premiere July 1st on Lifetime. And the show will highlight the ups and downs of couples, love lives, and basically Nene Leakes will provide her commentary. She'll also draw from her own life experiences and provide additional insight. I think that sounds fabulous. You know what would sound even more fabulous? If Nene Leakes had her own show, much like the Wendy Williams, which, we all miss, of course. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent, guys, but with Wendy Williams off of our screens, who I know we miss so dearly, there is a space that is missing. And I do think Nene Leakes would have provided, she would have been able to fill that void that, because Wendy Williams is gone. I think Nene would have been able to fill that void to some extent. But in the meantime, let's just get our girl Nene back on our screens. If it's, via Lifetime, via the show Outrageous Love, where Nene provides her commentary, great. I'm all for it. I'll definitely check out the first episode. It airs in about a week. So I guess that's good. We don't have to wait for it forever. We're gonna, it's not like a show or a reality show that's announced for 2025 and it's like, okay, great, we gotta wait 6 months to a year, 9 months, whatever. This new show with Nene, it airs literally in like a week, so that's exciting. All right, let's move on to our girly pops in Vanderpump Rules. What's happening in the world of Vanderpump Rules? I'm not gonna cover this for too long because I have enough videos covering Lala and Scheana and the antics they do on a week by week basis, which quite frankly I kind of get a kick out of. I'm like, oh, what are these two gonna say next? Before I get to that, I do have to say, at the end of the day, Lala and Scheana, they have like legit podcasts, guys. They have good numbers. Yeah, they say some controversial stuff for the clicks, for the engagement, whatever. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, they're legit businesses. The podcasts are real, like, so we gotta give them props for that and continuing their podcast, because how many Bravo loves have we seen they start a podcast, whether they started on their own or there is a huge podcast company backing it, and then a couple months later it's gone. So these two, at least they've kept up their podcast on a consistent basis. But anyways, basically, it seems like Scheana is addressing the fact that people are calling her out for backpedaling, but she's saying, no, I've gotten perspective. I've seen the season. Time has passed. Girl, you're probably just in the comments. And she said it. She's like, I've been reading different perspectives and I see people saying I'm backpedaling because it's like, God forbid, I say one thing in support of Ariana and they're like, you're backpedaling. Yeah, you are. I've covered it before in my Scheana videos. I just wish this girl would, she's what, in her mid 30s, approaching 40s? I just feel like if not now, then when? Scheana girl, get a backbone, live your life with conviction. if people don't like it, whatever. You're never gonna appease the audience or everyone. Just do what feels right for you. And I do think, I guess it's just her nature, like her worrying about what everyone else thinks. It probably like makes her gives her more anxiety because she's constantly like in the comments like, oh, if I do this, then like this person's not gonna like it, this is what the people are gonna say, this is what the audience is gonna say, this is how my cast is gonna react to me, or this is what they'll have to say. Like the whole point of these reality shows is so the cameras follow you along. We see the dynamics between you and the other cast members. And that's what it's supposed to be. But now what we're seeing is with social media and with a vocal fan base, some of these reality stars are more in the comments and they behave based on the comment section. It's like, no, no, no. We just want to see you be you. You don't look at us. Don't look to us. Don't try to appease us. We might like you one season and we might not like you one season, and like that's okay. But at the end of the day, if you're being true to yourself, we can appreciate that. So Sheena girl, live life with conviction, get a backbone. All right. Jax and Brittany. The fact that these two they're separated. I don't know what the situation is, but they're still amicably continuing on the podcast. It's very weird. Anyways, Jax is apparently butthurt that Lisa Vanderpump, who was on a podcast recently, and then she was asked about who are the most like interesting I don't know, folks from VPR, something to that extent. And Lisa Vanderpump was basically like James Kennedy and Stassi are the most interesting reality stars she's worked with. And Brittany presented this to Jax on their podcast, and in real time, he gave his reaction. And in the podcast, Brittany was like, yeah, I actually like just brought it up to Jax because I wanted to see his real reaction. And he was just like downplaying whatever Lisa Vanderpump said about James Kennedy and Stassi. He didn't say much about Stassi, but he did put down James Kennedy. And Jax is like, well, Lisa used to tell me I'm the most, interesting person on reality TV. And he's just like, Lisa has to say certain things because, she's being asked about it. But yeah, the guy, he was still like, I'm still the number one guy in the group. Like he wears that whole number one thing like a badge of honor. Like, dude, we've seen the group. I mean, for you to be the number one guy in the group, the bar is like underground. So if you want to be the number one guy, okay. If that makes you feel good, okay. But yeah, Jax and Lisa Vanderpump, I thought they made up, but I guess he's still a little butthurt about things. But yeah, and I said it yesterday, The Valley, they are filming for season 2 very soon. They're going to pick up cameras mid-July. So things are going well for Jax and Brittany, minus the separating, non-separating, whatever is going on there. Continuing with our VPR favorites, we got James Kennedy supporting Something About Her. So good for him. He's supporting the girls. And who's shown a lot of support to Something About Her? Mr. Tom Schwartz. It is nice to see how amicable Schwartz and Katie are. Obviously, it took them a while to get to this place. It's not like it happened overnight. But I feel like for a couple who dissolved their marriage and part of the same friend group, they did it right. Yes, there were some rough patches. However, in the end, they seem to be doing well. Schwartz is hanging out with Katie's mom, who I'm assuming is running operations at the restaurant. So all thing is good for Schwartz, good for Katie. Also, they look like they're living within means. Like, hey, they had a house too. They gave it up. They sold it. They're both living in their own apartments. Is it a house? Is it a grandiose house? No, it's not. But you know what they have? They have their sanity, and they don't have to say outrageous things on podcast for clicks. They have their sanity, they've gone about their merry way. Good for them. Guys, we have some fun pop culture TV goss related to housewives, but not housewives. So, Jayla, Jennifer Lawrence, she will be starting in a Real Housewives inspired murder mystery, and it will be for um, Apple TV. Guys, I have to say, I think we should just like go back to cable. I'm so sick of like all these different streaming networks, platforms, apps, subscription here, subscription there. It's too much. Sometimes I want to watch a show where I like hear about it and I'm like, oh, I want to watch the show. It's so interesting. And then it's like some random streaming service. And then I'm like, okay, so what? Now I have to get a streaming service or do the free trial just so I can watch it. Anyways, that's my rant. If you guys agree with me, let me know in the comments below. But back to J Law. So basically, she's gonna be getting into feuds. She's gonna be day drinking. She's gonna have access to oodles of disposable income. However, a body turns up, and the show is going to be called The Wives, and it is a murder mystery. And she's taken inspo from the Real Housewives. And Jayla, Jennifer Lawrence, she is like a real fan of the Real Housewives. And she's expressed it not just on Watch What Happens Live, but she's also expressed it in like interviews. I don't know, when she's like promoting new movies she's part of, other talks, other talk shows she's been on. And when she's on Watch What Happens Live, she's very with it. Like she knows like exactly what's happening with whatever current season is airing at that time. So when she is on and providing her hot takes, I always appreciate it because she's not like an actress who like kind of knows what's going on in the housewives world. Like no, she's very much into it. She's much of a fan of housewives and like Bravo as much as like we are. So good for J Law. I think this is going to be an interesting project, so definitely one to watch out for. And the other pop culture news of the day, Kristen Wiig, the Apple series she's on, Palm Royale, gets renewed for season 2. Again, if you guys watch like Housewives, Bravo, you're into that, like those sort of shows visually, and you feel like we're in a bit of a Housewives dry spell, which I don't know why you would be because we have Jersey and Dubai on right now. But if let's say you got some time this summer, Palm Royale, it's beautifully shot, and there's a lot of really like big stars on it. Watch it, and the fact that we're gonna get a season 2, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Anyways, guys, this is your weekend edition of your morning goss. I hope you all have strong coffees, lattes, get some sun, enjoy your weekend. Y'all, let me know what you're doing this weekend. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. I create content regarding Bravo, Housewives, pop culture tea pretty much on the daily. And with that said, I will chat with you guys later.